If you could have a guide, someone to help you tell your story, give you the tools to reach your ideal customer, lead you to living your dreams and turning a profit, would you follow it? Everyone, every passion has a place in this world, and each has the potential to be unstoppable. It's time to buckle up and tune in to your personal strategist, life purpose coach and marketing maven, Lindy Chaffin Start.
Hello. Welcome to Unstoppable. You are listening to Lindy Chaffin Start on Inspired Choices Network, and today we are going to be talking about customized SMS marketing, using that to reach your target audience. Now, raise your hands if you know what SMS marketing is. Yeah, I see that by show of hands. Absolutely no one. Just kidding. I can't single one of you. SMS marketing is text messaging. And some of you might have tried to use it, have used it successfully, have not used it successfully, can't see how it's into your business dynamic, your marketing strategy. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. But before we do that, let's kind of talk a little bit about why I'm here. I am the owner and creative director at Unstoppable Start Studios. We are based in Atlanta, Georgia, Lilburn, just outside. And I actually developed my boutique marketing firm to assist businesses everywhere with learning how to do their own marketing by helping them by doing their marketing for them because, obviously your customers are number one. So I developed sort of this one-stop shop, per se, for small business where you can come and develop your brand with somebody who understands what you're trying to accomplish. So we demand in your messaging. We work through your website build, helping you be fed Google. It's not an easy task these days. All of your email marketing, your blogging, content marketing, social media development and marketing, promotional items, print. We do the whole nine for our clients, including all the way down to SEO camp that include AdWords and IP targeting. There's just so much that you can do to hit the ground running, whether you're starting a business or to build your business. And I've worked through all of that with a number of clients, and it's proven to be very successful having it in one place where they can just give a call, walk through a call, figure out how to reach the people they're trying to target, and take it from there. So that's what I do, and it's why I come to you every week is with tips and tips on how to make things happen for your small business or a medium-sized business or a large business. And sometimes that includes generational stuff. And today I have to share a funny story with you before we get started on this SMS, and it has nothing to do with SMS marketing. It's honestly just about having a conversation with a younger person. I know we often talk about generational marketing on this show and how there's this complete disconnect. My friend and colleague, Lynn, or Sherry Elliott Urey, she's the generational guru. On this station, she, Lynn and Sharing with Cher, she talks a lot about working with millennials, marketing to them in the work. She's quite an expert. But I had an encounter with a millennial at Facebook yesterday that just had me giggling. She was a very sweet young woman. She called and immediately dove right into what she wanted to accomplish on her agenda. And in all honesty, as the client who gives them thousands of dollars of my money and my client's money every month, I had to her right where she stood and give her a little course correct. And I just came right out and asked, how old are you? She got quiet, like she wasn't supposed to answer the question. She said, 3. And I said, well, I'm 47. I've been in this quite some time. And I would like to talk about my needs in this conversation as well. So if you're not prepared to talk about that, then we need to reschedule. Well, I'm happy to reschedule. Okay, that's good. Then let's do that. And she kept trying to tell me that my ads were performing a certain way. And I said, really, can you give me an example? Point out a specific ad that you're looking at that's performing in that manner. Well, I can't see your account. Well, then how in the world are you telling me that my ads are performing a certain way if you can't see my account? Well, sometimes you just have to stop people. And I'm going to tell you, anytime you ever need to stop me and go, wait, show me how this all fits together, then happy to wait, stop in my tracks, and explain how it all fits together in a manner that you understand. So no matter how old you are, whether you're 23 or 63, it doesn't matter. That's my joy in explaining all of this fun stuff and how it works. So that's what we're going to do today with text messaging. And you've probably seen this medium if you have been to a bakery, if you have been to anywhere that have up-to-the-minute specials and sales, nail salon. If you go get your nails did every Saturday or every other Saturday, you might have been asked to provide your mobile number. And if so, have you gotten a text from that nail salon with discounts? I signed up for a local salon just recently, and I get a special from them. They're typically a holiday kind of thing, trying to keep their slow days busy. It's not a weekly thing. For them, they're just trying to fill the days when they know people are otherwise engaged. So I find it fitting to see what other people do. Now, there's another one that I don't know where I ended up giving for this particular one, but I started getting messages from Uggs, of all things. Whenever they would have a flash sale for their boots or shoes or what have you, I would get a text message from them. And you know, I didn't sign up for it, and I'm not one who's going to pay a lot of money for boots because I live in Georgia. So I just typed in stop, and they immediately stopped. But, you know, just to give you examples of things that you can do. Now, to kind of walk you through this, I've seen them everywhere. There's a word, text special, text bagel, text, whatever, to 997-193. That's way you're basically putting your mobile number into a system. It's the same as everything else. Typically going to keep your data confidential because it will not behoove them to do otherwise. You will immediately cancel if you find out they've been selling your data. So, you know, if you want to know when the coffee's hot, when the bagels are ready, sign up for a text message alert and see what happens. Especially if you're a small business owner, you can see what other small businesses are doing with it. So we're always trying to think of creative ways to get your message out, and SMS is one of the ways. You also want really good results for your efforts. So think most everybody's walking around with their cell phone these days, right? Open rates are higher on text messaging than any other platform out there. It's a ridiculous number. Like 90% of messages are read within 3 minutes of being used. So you can see the results of what's going on. Now, it might not translate into a conversion, but if you have people coming into your establishment on a daily basis, and I'm going to use my friend Victor's coffee shop. If anybody is listening who lives here and travels on Claremont Road, Golden Drops over on Claremont Road is a great place to stop for coffee and empanadas. I have shared this as an example before. Victor, his parents, God bless their souls, are in that kitchen every day making fresh pastries, empanadas, any kind of authentic El Salvadorian cuisine you can imagine. Their food is absolutely delicious. And I have implored her, and I really wish she would take me up on this, to have people sign up for a messaging campaign. The empanadas come out of the kitchen. Text them and let them know. Hey, 300 guys working down the street who've signed up for my campaign. P.S. The empanadas are hot. Come on over. If you mention this text message, I'll give you 10% off. Coffee and an empanada. I mean, there's nothing more simple than SMS to your marketing mix. So even right now, I'm sitting here on my cell phone talking to you on the radio, which is kind of baffling, but that's how it works. So with phone users increasing daily, if you're a forward-thinking business, you're always ways to make your business mobile friendly. It's not just about your website being mobile optimized. It's not just about your emails being mobile optimized. SMS is part of that. It's tried, tested. It's been around for over 20 years, and people are using it with their customers to ensure their businesses keep up with market trends. So for those of you who haven't considered the benefits of using SMS, there's some reasons why you should maybe think about it. First and foremost, it is immediate, right? There's no lead time for graphic design, copywriting. It's something that you can do right now. Craft a message, come up with a word, right? Send a note. Now, I'm going to say that you don't have to build your list. We've talked about your list being your number one asset, and it is, whether that's your email list or your cell phone, your list of customers with cell phones who signed up for campaigns. At the end of the show, we'll talk about ways that you can sort of include this in just about every marketing campaign you could come up with. But think about it. I mean, the empanadas are, we'll send a message. Here's what's going to happen. People are going to get that and go, oh, empanadas are hot. Let's run down the road, get a cup of coffee and an empanada. It's a great time to take a break. Cement truck just left. Rock on. Now, not everybody has this sort of scenario going, but everybody has customers who walk into their business. Everybody has a business Facebook page. Everybody has a way to get the message out that you can sign up for messaging. Right? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take a break here, and we're going to come back in a few minutes and continue talking about the bits of text message or SMS marketing for your business.
We all wish we had a few extra hours and a few less things to do in our hurried days. By tuning into Unstoppable, hosted by life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start, you'll hear success stories of how other entrepreneurs have uncovered their passions and learned to live a balanced, purposeful life. You'll receive tips and tools to market and grow your business, wrangle the chaos, and design the life you've dreamt of. Learn how to be unstoppable by tuning in to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. This is Unstoppable with life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start. If you have a question about marketing your small business or finding balance as an entrepreneur, or you're just trying to get up the courage to do your own thing, let Lindy know. You can call in the U.S. 815-880-8255, Canada 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspire Choices Network. Now, back to Unstoppable.
And welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Chaffin Start and Unstoppable on this Wednesday afternoon. If there is any need to talk through text messaging to your marketing mix, feel free to pick up the phone and give me a call here on the show. Jump into our chat room. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have, or to visit my website at unstoppablestart.com. There's a contact form at the page, and we'll just schedule a time to talk it through and see how I can help you achieve your small business goals. Now, going back to our text marketing. We've already talked about it being mobile-friendly. Obviously, it has to be a mobile-friendly platform. It's not just about your website and making it mobilized or your email campaigns. Or even Facebook, when you're creating an ad and you see that they limit your number of characters. That's kind of the way it is for everything, so that it's more readable on a mobile device. So keep that in the back of your mind. Customers absolutely love it. It's a super simple way of engaging with each other, and there's an open rate of 98%. Now, obviously, that number is what that number is. Text messages pretty much have to go away, unless you're just in the habit of, I have to say I delete some from time to time, not going to lie about it, but they're not advertisements that I'm deleting. It has a great read rate as well, which is, it's an inexpensive option that can be added to your marketing campaigns to make them more effective and certainly make your local reach more impactful. It's eco-friendly. I know this is not a thing that you would necessarily think about, but it has absolutely or nearly no carbon footprint. That you never really thought about that. It's kind of a fun way to say, yeah, we're green. We use SMS marketing instead of paper. It's kind of fun. It's very direct. You can reach people. You walk out the door, you have your phone, whether it's in your pocket, in your purse, tucked up under your bra strap, it doesn't matter. You've got your phone. So, it's a very direct way to communicate your message with people, no matter where they are, whether they're at the gym, taking a walk, at the office, out with friends. I would say, depending on your product, be very gentle with how you use this tool. I would also say make it very clear. You are campaigning to have people sign up to receive your messages. Be very clear, honest, and authentic about what types of messages they will receive. Don't lead them to believe that they're going to get one thing and then deliver them totally different. That's just going to blow your credibility, and people aren't going to trust you, and they're not going to want to do business with you. Hence this example earlier. Like I said, I put a stop to that. I didn't remember signing up for a text campaign that had anything to do with Uggs, so I don't know where someone got my number. But I don't appreciate, the once-a-week text about a boot buy. So it just know your audience. We've talked about your audience profiles before. It is critical to know who you're speaking to, so you know how to speak to them and when to speak to them about. If UGG's marketing team knew that their sending an unsolicited text message to a girl in Georgia, they would likely know that it's hot in Georgia most of the time, and I'm not going to buy their boots. So, just again, an example. It's super simple, and we'll get into this a little bit more in a minute, but this is something that you can get on your SMS platform and do. Now, you're not going to do it through your phone. Don't even think about it. This is something you are going to get on your SMS platform and do. And if you just, like I say, the bagels are ready. 2 for bagel special. They're hot. Or there's a cupcake company here in Atlanta that does not like to end the day with cupcakes on hand. So at the end of the day, they could feasibly send out a text message to their peeps, their aunts, and say, hey, we've got about 150 cakes left. They're half off. Come by 7. And come by until closing, and they're all yours. Have all the cupcakes that you want. It's a great way to take care of that overstock that you have in the cupcakes, bagels example, to let people know things are fresh, hot, and ready, to let them know when you have a sale to get people in the door. Great opportunity exists here, people. It's something that's very trackable, so every form is going to give you analytics on this, on your campaign. So if you send out a text message, it'll tell you how many people opened it, how quickly they opened it, and if there was any kind of response, if you had any unsubscribes, that kind of thing. So it's trackable. It's great to generate leads. Now, how are you going to do that? I'll talk again a little bit more about that in a minute, but it's another way for you to build that all-important list. It's a little bit more personal than your regular advertising. Like a Facebook ad is a Facebook ad, an AdWords campaign is an AdWords campaign. An email can be personalized, but unless you do something very personal in it, then it's kind of out. It's just another email. But a text message is something like, this is my phone, I carry this with me, I expect to reach me through here. So to the people who actually subscribe for these things, this is a little bit more personal way of doing business. Interesting. It's very cost effective. SMS campaigns don't cost a whole hill of beans of money. And it is something that you shop. I am going to recommend, however, that you consider working with a marketing professional to messaging and have sort of a plan around how you would do this. Now, don't hand this off to a marketing professional unless it's just something you don't have the bandwidth to do. Again, you have to be the all for your customer, so let us be the be-all, end-all for your marketing. They're liar. We are all very talented in our own ways, but get a call, work through what you want your messaging to sound like, use that messaging going forward in all the way across your brand and everything you do, even in text messaging, okay? Work with a marketing professional, come up with a plan around how to use this, how you're going to use this, work with them so you can learn the platform, and then it's one thing to save a buck on whenever you use it, okay? It's one of those things that I would hand off if you were trying to save money. I would get it right back to you. I mean, you have an admin in the office, maybe you don't. Clerk at the counter, maybe you don't. Maybe it's just you. So it's just one to consider. All right. Gosh, text message marketing. There's just so much. It's like everything else. We could do an entire workshop around this one topic. So we'll play this fun game. Make a list. Grab a pen. Make a list. What can you do in 5 minutes or less? 5 minutes or less. Tick tock, tick tock. Not a lot. Write something on a Post-it note, maybe mail. Read through your Facebook feed. And order coffee. Take a picture of sweet tea. It takes more than 5 minutes if you do it the right way. Get the mail. So it's, it's limits when it comes to marketing. There's no quick way to create a campaign or an ad, except in this particular format. It's like the time you take to stand in line at the coffee shop to get your coffee, you could have created a text message, sent it, and had 9 or 10 people who already opened it, read it, and be perched and ready to do whatever it is that's your call to action. Come get bagels. Come get empanadas. It's crazy. It's a dedicated audience. And you have to think about that. I know people sign up to receive your emails, and that's a beautiful thing. You want them to. You want to be valuable content. Text messaging isn't as much for the valuable content as it is for the value add, the discount, the immediacy. That's why it's one of those things it's important to have. Don't let this one fall by the wayside. It's a 24/7 market. So if you have a CrossFit gym that's open 24/7 that you have a key to get into, member has a key to get into, you could have flash mob classes, you could have you could do all sorts of stuff with that. You could do all sorts of things. 24/7. It's the craziest thing. Have you ever left the house without your phone? I do it on occasion, just so I can. But most everybody leaves the house with their phone. We've already talked about that, and they keep arm's reach all day, every day. So it's really easy to get people to open message. They see it. They might not go to it right away, but when they go to their phone, and it's going to show up, right? It's what they see on their home screen. So let's think about, too, the generations who are using their phones and how this platform can reach them. All right. You are listening to Lindy Chaffin Start on Unstoppable. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about text messaging campaigns and how to use them in your marketing mix. Right back.
We all wish we had a few extra hours and a few less things to do in our hurried days. By tuning into Unstoppable, hosted by life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start, you'll hear success stories of how other entrepreneurs have uncovered their passions and learned to live a balanced, purposeful life. You'll receive tips and tools to market and grow your business, wrangle the chaos, and design the life you've dreamt of. Learn how to be unstoppable by tuning in to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. This is Unstoppable with life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start. If you have a question about marketing your small business or finding balance as an entrepreneur, or you're just trying to get up the courage to do your own thing, let Lindy know. You can call in the U.S. 815-880-8255, Canada 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. Now, back to Unstoppable.
Hey, welcome back to Unstoppable. You are listening to Lindy Chaffin Start on the Inspired Choices Network. As we're sitting here talking about SMS campaigns and text message marketing, I have a challenge for anybody who's listening right now. Jump into the chat room with me and let's play around with concepting a campaign. that includes text message marketing. Come on in. Call in, come in, and let's talk it out. I'm going to be mocking up a campaign this afternoon that's Valentine's related. So I would love to get your take on how we could include some ideas that include text message marketing. We'd love to hear it. So jump on in here and let's play. Now, back to our little discussion on SMS campaigns. So everybody these days, I mean, me included, I only have a cell phone. Doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, my daughter's 11. She's had a phone since she was probably 9. And I know that probably sounds young to a lot of you, but she lives in her mom and has a father who does not live here. So it was easier and for our family that she have her own phone that he could call her on. A little personal advice there. If you're divorced and you'll have to deal with your ex, you might want to consider trying this because it keeps them off of your phone, the ex, not the kid. I don't care if the kid's on my phone. And it just kind of takes that piece of the dynamic out. So, you're reminded of him constantly outside of Lay's every day. So everybody has a phone. Everybody has a phone. Before they passed, both had phones. And they were in their 70s. My dad was more active on his than my mom was on hers, but hey. For just about 2 cents per message, you almost quintuple your engagement compared to email. Okay. For just about, 4.2% of people follow a link in an email, where 19% of people will follow a link in SMS. You ever wonder why that is? Talk about how that could grow your business. Part of the reason for the spike in response rate stems from the fact that many SMS services are opt-in. We've already talked about that. It's one of those things that, if people and they love your business, they're going to support you. It's really great coffee and empanadas, and you want to make it easier for them to get them nice and hot, and they're going to opt in. So let's say that again. 2 cents per message, you can almost quintuple your engagement compared to email. Okay? 42% of people will follow a link in email, where 9% of people will follow a link in a text. And it really is. I mean, people opt into emails for all sorts of things. So let's talk about some of that. I do it, you do it. Hey, give us your email address and get this free ebook about Z. Cool. I'm always up for learning what's going on, what other seeing trend-wise. I'm always following agencies, so I a lot of different emails just to see what people's perspectives are. Analytics are analytics, and analytics vary by place, thing, campaign, offer, location, and vary. There's no true benchmark like there is, but the only way to have a true is to start at A, go to B, then go to C, and you're starting with a true, here's where we started. So if people try to tell you, oh, well, the bench is this, that, and the other, it's not really an honest-to-God true benchmark. Okay. So you can only do that yourself. Why was I talking about benchmarks? Lord knows. There's always. So going back to SMS campaigns, I apologize. I've lost my train of thought. SMS services are and that's the bottom line. People are going to be more open to clicking on that text and seeing what you have to say if they've opted into it. Be sure that, again, you're very transparent about what you're sending people. So if you have a sign on the counter that says text Panada to 543257, that you sending information about empanadas, and when they're hot and ready and fresh out of the kitchen, to this particular audience segment. Now, you might be a business that has more than one product. If you have more than product, then make sure you're segmenting your audience. Don't think everybody wants to know just because it's your business. If you sell purses to leather purses to women and leather belts to men, then don't send a little ad to the women unless it's Valentine's Day. Or be smart about it. See what I'm saying? So, gentlemen, if you're interested, go on sale for 50% off. Text belt sale to 557. I'm trying not to use all sixes today. So devilish. So consider that when you're building your list. Consider that when you're building your email list. Segment, make sure your audience is getting the information they want. Don't leave it to chance. Don't blow your credibility. Don't take away their trust by sending them things that they're not interested in. So, like, I'll use my own business for an example. So I offer a whole host of things, like I've said, branding, web design, print marketing, email marketing. So I could literally have a campaign for every single one of my services. Now, this is going to create a lot of work for me when I sit down and do it. Don't ever talk to a marketer about their marketing because, oh Lord, but this is a lot of work. This is why you hire a professional. So, say I have a campaign about SMS marketing. I have a landing page for it. You can either opt in with your email or opt in with your cell phone number. I can send you tips. Now, I am not going to take your information and send a blanket email or a blanket ad or a blanket text to you about everything my business does. I'm just not going to do it. On that landing page or on the link I send you to, or when I talk to you on the phone, I might go further and say, hey, so provide X, Y, and Z. Or if you'd like to learn about the services, the other services that we offer besides SMS messaging, click here. But I'm not going to send you unsolicited information or advice. Bad idea. You wouldn't do it to your best friend. Don't do it to your clients. Don't do it to your prospective. It's the quickest way to blow your credibility in the business. Quickest way. Words. That might be unsolicited advice. If you're listening, it's not. So, are you starting to see now kind of where the SMEs fit in? So it's not the same. It can be. I'm not going to say it's not. It can be. It only means for marketing if it's all you have money for. It's okay. Have that position in your place of business in the market, then cool beans, use it by all means. Again, talk to a market professional first, develop your brand, make sure your messaging is on point, and then use your SMS marketing. Talk to that professional about how to segment your audiences and how to them. Don't be silly. How it all fits together. Now, now that we've had this conversation, right? For the customized SMS campaign, you can virtually reach your customer anytime, anywhere. They've chosen to participate in order to stay involved, receive a promotion, just news and updates. Be sure to know your audience and find a way to appeal to them specifically. Because in all honesty, everybody wants BOGO bagels on coffee, on empanadas, on nail. And if you have to sign up, SMS campaign to be in the know, do it. Okay? All right. You are listening to Lindy Chaffin Start on Unstoppable. We are talking about SMS marketing. We're going to take one last break, and back we're going to talk about many ways that you can use SMS marketing in mix. We'll be right back.
We all wish we had a few extra hours and a few less things to do in our hurried days. By tuning into Unstoppable, hosted by life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start, you'll hear success stories of how other entrepreneurs have uncovered their passions and learned to live a balanced, purposeful life. You'll receive tips and tools to market and grow your business, wrangle the chaos, and design the life you've dreamt of. Learn how to be unstoppable by tuning in to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. This is Unstoppable with life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start. If you have a question about marketing your small business or finding balance as an entrepreneur, or you're just trying to get up the courage to do your own thing, let Lindy know. You can call in the U.S. 815-880-8255, Canada 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. Now, back to Unstoppable.
Back. All right, we've got a few minutes left in our show. You're listening to Unstoppable on Inspired Choices Network. And I challenged you guys last break to come on in and let's play, but I did not to. Now we're just going to do a little live brain around a campaign that we're going to include SMS in, okay? So let me give you the backstory. There's an apartment community. It is nestled in with a medical center. It's a utility. There's a university campus close there as well. They are a newly purchased property. They want to get something viral, but they also want to target their built-in audience. Okay, so let's look at what their built-in audience is first. We've got students at the university, okay? We've got faculty at the university, and also hospital, doctors, residents, nurses, so forth and so on. We'll just say hospital staff. All right, I'm making notes as I go. I want you to be able to reach out to me and get this information. And then we've got short-term lease of patients and families. Okay? So let's look at this fun campaign. So how are we going to reach those students? Well, they're a younger demographic, so we're going through Facebook with targeted ads, but we're going to cross those Facebook ads Instagram as well. Okay? There's one. We can create a landing page and have them sign up for text messages that include local public events at the property. Okay? So now we've got a campaign and we've got an SMS campaign. They might have a movie night by the pool for all of the college students. It doesn't have to be residents. It could just be everybody. How do you do this? How do you participate? How do you become a community? outside of that you're entrenched in every day, right? Okay, so we've got that. Now, another thing we can do is some IP targeting. We'll geo-target the campus, we'll fence it, and we'll push out ads via IP to students who might want to consider living very close by. I mean, it's literally this properties within walking distance to campus. Okay? Let's make that note, walking distance. All right. What else do we have going on here? All right, we're going to let that lie for the moment. Now, let's switch that over to faculty. Faculty is going to be faculty and hospital staff. We'll just kind of we'll make it more professional instead of, where do you want to live kind of thing. Hey, let's have a party for the younger kids. We can go through Facebook as well. Faculty we can also reach through SMS, but it's going to be different messaging. Faculty and hospital staff, we can also geo-target campaign because the ads are going to look different. You want them to be correct for that segment of the office. I mean, not the office, for that segment of, so we can throw in some geo-targeting in there. If we were creating landing pages for this, they would be different as well because your imagery for a younger demographic is going to be different than your imagery and your messaging for faculty staff demographic. Okay? Now, let's do the patients and family of those patients for the hospital as well. So we've got short-term links. I wouldn't necessarily reach out on Facebook or SMS for the geo-targeting is a great opportunity. I say geo-targeting, IP targeting opportunity, especially for family members who are sitting up at the hospital or in the hotel bored to tears. You can target the hospital, you can target hotels around the hospital, and your ads would look more like short-term leases available, so fully furnished units, walking distance to med center. Okay? Now, one other thing that they wanted to do was something viral. Now, how are we going to accomplish something viral and create a community within this demographic range, students, and staff, patients, and family? How are we going to do that? So we thought about doing a ground level event, blood donor event that was centered around meeting your match for February. So you could, you could like go on site, give blood, and meet another type A negative, O negative person. You could meet your match. It sounded like fun, but we opted out of doing ground level events. So instead, we're doing a share the love thing. So for anyone here, sharing the love would be about who inspired you to go to school, who inspired you to become a doctor, a nurse, a CNA. Why are you at this hospital? Share some love and support with your family member who's here. We'll post it on our Facebook page with a beautiful graphic to let them know that you care. Lots of opportunity exists, folks. All you have to do is put to it. Look at what we did. All right, next week we're going to be talking about IP targeting. Accurate, my goodness, so exciting. Until then, get out there and be unstoppable, folks. Well, apparently I'm exiting the show. I dropped the mic a little. Sorry for that. Next week we're going to be talking about IP targeting, so I'll talk a little bit more about that. IP targeting, if you're not familiar, is capturing IP addresses and pushing relevant advertising out to the addresses no matter where they are. It's advertising that follows you, and it can be very specific. So my apologies again for trying to drop the mic a little bit early. We are looking forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, be unstoppable.
Thank you for being Inspired Choices Network's most valuable asset and for tuning in to Unstoppable. Host Lindy Chaffin Start will return next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time, with more valuable tips to support you and your small business. Until then, be unstoppable.